In this video, I'm going to show you my version of the optimal vlogging setup. It's super lightweight, super portable, super discreet, and fairly affordable. Let's check it out. I'm Angela with Start to Finish Media, and I've been doing video for over 11 years professionally here in San Diego. And I've seen over the years the size of camera gear get smaller and smaller and smaller. I hate lugging heavy gear because first of all, it's exhausting, and then I'd rather focus that energy on quality interviews, finding the right angles. So on a recent trip to Panama, this is what I brought. So this is the newest Apple iPad with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I love this camera, and I'm not just saying that so that, you'll buy it. So I had been eyeing this camera for a while. Maybe it was low-key an impulse purchase, but I've come to really love this camera. I'm filming with it right now. I've taken it on several professional shoots with me already, and sometimes I think like, oh, it's just gonna be my wide shot and I can set it and forget it, which is yes, true, but also the gimbal on the Osmo 3 is really, really nice. So instead of bringing a DSLR camera and a separate gimbal like a Zhiyun or a Ronin, you get to just run with this 6-ounce little camera. I got the Osmo 3 with the creator combo, so it came with this mic, and honestly, setting up this microphone was the hardest thing to do. But besides that, this camera has been super easy and super handy in a lot of different situations. One of my favorite things about it though is its size and shape. Most people, if they're not paying attention, they're not going to realize that you're filming, which is actually really nice because sometimes people get weirded out when they see you with a big camera. It also takes the pressure off when you're out filming because it doesn't look like a regular camera. So it feels kind of like discreet and you can fly by with it. I will say one downside that I've noticed is you might get a little lazy, I might get a little lazy with this camera because it's so easy to just walk around and pan with it. You still really have to work to get those really nice shots with foreground, middle ground, background, all of that stuff. But still a really good wide angle camera. Now what's also really nice about this camera is DJI has the DJI Mimo app, which you can run on the iPad. So that means you don't even need to download the footage off the SD card, put it onto a hard drive, and then open up Final Cut and edit. You can just Bluetooth connect the two and start editing immediately. The app is pretty decent, and it's definitely more suited for simple edits, simple vlogging. If I were to do something a little bit more in-depth, I'm still gonna jump on a computer, log the footage, and edit away. But it is nice to know that if I were traveling and this is all I had to make some content, that's super portable and I can just sit down at any old coffee shop and start working. I won't go too much into the iPad because there's plenty of videos about that, but overall, it is a pretty powerful little machine. I got a case with a keyboard on it, so it feels like a tiny laptop. And this is what I love most, is packing all of this stuff into my backpack for a trip. When you're traveling with really nice gear, you of course want to take care of it, but I find that when you're traveling with a Pelican case, it just screams, rob me. I would much prefer wearing a more discreet backpack that doesn't look like a photographer's backpack and just try and fly under the radar with my gear. So if you actually do the math in my backpack, that's between the Osmo and the iPad, that's about $1,000 worth of gear right there, but you wouldn't know that just seeing it on the street. So I got to put this little setup to the test on a recent trip to Panama, and it was really fun. Pop in some AirPods, open up the app, and you can edit something nice and simple. But if you are itching for a different focal length or some more bokeh, I also packed with me this Sony RX1R. I used it for stills and video. So between all three items, I felt pretty confident that I could get the shot that I wanted and have the coverage that I need. So anyways, between all three items, I felt like I was in a pretty well-rounded space to capture the photos and the videos that I needed. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff.